So, our next guest will be obviously the most fashionable and inspirational fashion influences in the world, Coco Chanel.
You're God. Go, go, go. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So, what's so important about this memoir?
Well, there's only one Chanel, as we all know, and many people have tried to, write autobiographies about me, or even make plays about me to broadcast my life and my many accomplishments. But, like I said, there's only one of me, and so I feel that this book will give a more personal touch to my many endeavors in life.
When was your first experience with fashion?
Well, you see, unfortunately, I grew up in an orphanage, and the nuns there, they were quite deft at sewing, so they taught me as their apprentice, and by the time I was a young woman, I met my first associate, a Mr. Balsan, who approached me with an idea to open up a hat shop. I, of course, had the skills by then to do such a thing, so we did, and from that hat shop, we opened many more, which eventually I included clothing in these, and that's basically how my adventure began.
What would you consider to be your breakthrough?
I have two examples, actually. I would say my first breakthrough was around 1917, when I was walking on the street in a dress that I had fashioned out of an old jersey. A woman approached me and said, "Oh my gosh, I love your dress." Of course she did, right? And I said to her back then, before I, had a lot more pressing matters to attend to, a lot more time on my hands, so I said to her, "Oh, I could make you one if you like." And this process repeated it, and eventually I had a quite loyal fan base before I began my empire. And then I would also say 1925, when I introduced the now legendary Chanel suit, which, along with my signature scent, Chanel No. 5, has become staples in the fashion industry.
What was your scandal during World War II?
Oh, you bring that up. Yes. During the German occupation of France in 1940 through 1944, I met a very passionate man by the name of Hans Gunther von Dinklage. Yes, okay, he was a Nazi. I understand. Maybe the French people didn't want me to be with a Nazi when they were leaving our homeland. I get it, okay? They thought I was a traitor. In fact, there was even some rumors of me being a spy, a Matahari of sorts. And I was even charged on these accounts, which unfortunately the charges never went through. But it was a hard time. Everybody, even some past friends, not trusting me anymore because of this one relationship.
Upon your return to fashion in 1960, how were you received?
I was received as bad as the Frankenstein monster, I tell you. No, all jokes aside, when I tried to make my comeback, the critics, they did not like the idea of me, who they previously viewed as a traitor, trying to make clothes again for the general public. I was panned by all my critics. That didn't stop my loyal followers, however. They still purchased all of my clothing. Because by that time I come back, I wanted to introduce a more streamlined and simple feminine style to reflect that now, after World War II, women were no longer just housewives. They had a place in the common workplace. And so I wanted the general fashion for women to reflect that.
Well, we would like to open up questions to the audience. If you have any questions for Miss Coco Chanel.
Yes, young lady in the front.
That's you.
Me?
Yes. The hood was obviously part of your dress.
Okay, what was the first thing you ever sold?
The first thing I ever sold was actually a hat that I had the nuns help me make. I kept it with me for quite a while until I opened up my first hat shop, and I put it on the racks, and that was actually the first thing that I sold in my hat shop. Yes.
What are your thoughts on this year's spring line?
Well, everybody wants to wear short shorts now and tank tops and sandals and all those, modern age apparel that I wish women would go back to more simple design. So that is all I have to say on that. Yes, you again.
What was the name of your first store?
All these questions and more can be answered in my new memoir, My Signature Scent. You should purchase it. Yes, in the back.
Can you explain the significance of the little black dress?
I can, in my memoir. You should read it.
What direction do you plan on taking your company this fall?
I'm dead, so nowhere really. But as you know, the Chanel empire is still one of the biggest names in fashion, so I'm sure we'll do just fine. Yes,
Hope so.
again, in the back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, we're closing out.
Yeah.
Any
Well.
last questions for Ms. Chanel?
Burns. Yes.
Is it a sign of your modesty that you have nothing bearing your signature logo with you today?
Well, a girl can be too conceited now, can't she?
Beautiful. I love this.